Alright, so all we have left in our bulb stash here are these bags of Muscari and more Muscari, and then a few of the snakehead fritillaria. And then I do have a couple of lilies that I need to plant out and these alliums. So I can pop these into my raised bed in the back really quick, and then we're gonna get these planted today. Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. We are in our front yard today, and we're going to remove more grass. I'm really excited about it. I am not a fan of grass, and we're gonna be removing big circles of grass, and we're gonna plant two different bulbs, and then we're gonna top it with compost and put some ground cover on top of that. And the idea is that we're sort of going for a bulb lawn without going for a bulb lawn, because I don't really want this whole walkway this whole walkway. I don't want it to be exclusively bulbs, but next summer we're going to be putting down like fake flagstone. It's going to be made out of concrete. So we're going to have big stones, and then the bulbs coming up along the edges, and my hope is that we'll have ground cover between the stones, and then we won't have any grass at all. Yes.
Yes.
So today begins part one of who knows how many of that. But honestly, we've almost this whole garden was all grass when we moved here. So all we have left is this like 3-foot swath to get rid of. And so yeah, we're just gonna take you along with that. I'll show you what bulbs we're gonna plant in a little while. We're gonna do 7 little patches today. Okay, so you can see that we have dug our holes. We have, back up here, I've got 1, 2, 3 on this side, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 over on this side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to throw 35 bulbs in each hole. These Muscari need to be, these are from Color Blends, and they are blue with a deep purple, so they're a two-toned grape hyacinth. They bloom 7 to 14 inches, and they want to be planted 2 inches apart and 3 inches deep. And then I have the fritillaria or snake's head or checkerboard flower, however you want to call it, that are maroon and white. They're more purple to me, but whatever. They grow 12 inches tall, so a little bit, so kind of in between the Muscari. They want to be 3 inches apart and 4 inches deep. So we dug all the holes 4 inches, and you know, we'll just plant these all the way to the bottom, and the Muscari kind of not as deeply, like around the edges probably. There's not as many snakeheads, so I'm going to put those in first, and then I'm going to go around and throw the grape hyacinths on top, and then we're just going to top everything off with compost. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. going the right way.
Very enough. Okay.
All right, now that I have each hole filled with soil and then compost, I'm gonna come over here and just dig up, oops. I'm gonna come over here and dig up just little small sections of our blue star creeper and put like 2 or 3 clumps in each of the holes. Okay, so you can see I just dug up a couple clumps and all the roots are on the bottom, plants on top. I'm really just kind of nestling them down into this very soft compost and potting soil that we just put in these holes, and just sort of covering them up a little bit. And then the rains will come tonight and water them in, and the roots will find their way down into the ground. And that's pretty much how I propagate all of this. I have a little bit of a hole right there. I'll fill that in. Like right here, there's a little bit of and I might just grab another clump of blue star and just stick it right there. And it's basically all we're gonna do in all of the different holes. Okay, so now these are all done. So you could see what I did here is I just put 4 or 5 little clumps of blue star creeper in each one of these holes after we filled them all in. That one doesn't look like it has one. Oh, there's some. It's hard to see because most of them, it's like lots of roots, but not a lot of plant. You can see there. You can see in here, this is actually quite a large clump. And yeah, so we've got them all looking great. It looks like I am missing some here, so I'll grab 2 more clumps. You can see we also have it growing in the bed behind. Of course, we need to come out here and weed grass out and strawberry. But we do have tons of it in here, and so eventually it's just gonna blend all into this swath. Yay! Now they all have blue star creeper. Okay, so I just want to show you where I took most of it out of. So we have blue star creeper all planted in here. These are those big pots that we recently did. So I have blue star creeper all in here, and it's getting into the shade, which is perfectly fine, but it starts getting a little stretchy and sparse. Plus it's growing up over my brick, which Spencer really loves it right here in between, which is okay, but I kind of trim it a little bit. I don't want it to be completely covered so I can't see any of the brick, but you could see how much soil was sitting on top of the brick. I just basically cut a nice clean edge, let the roots of the remaining ones just kind of they're exposed, but they'll reach down and cover that whole area back in. I had a big clump like right here that I know will fill in. Either the juniper will fill in that spot, or the blue star will creep back over. And then I just had like a little bit right there that I took out, and a little bit right over there that I took out, and that gave me enough to fill all of these holes. So we have 1, 2, 7, 8. So we have 10 total holes and 250 bulbs in there. I think it's gonna be really sweet in the spring. I can't wait. Okay, so that is gonna do it for today's bulb project. I still have a few alliums to do, which we're going to take care of soon when we pull up the sumacs. And I'm just gonna pop those alliums right in their holes because that's a really difficult area to dig in. And then I just have like 5 lilies that I'm actually gonna run back in the back and pop those in the raised bed right now before we go in. But I'm losing light. Spencer's already making dinner, and this project is done, so I'm excited. I'm glad I got to take you along. I hope you were inspired, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, keep celebrating life. Bye. So these are white Easter lilies. So they'll go with our theme garden, and they're small because they're divisions off of a big bulb that I pulled out, and I didn't realize I even had any more left. So I'm just putting them in the big raised bed in the theme garden, the black and white theme garden, and we're just gonna let them grow here because I don't know what else to do with them, and I don't want to lose them because they were really pretty bulbs. And I was gonna mention that you might have noticed that I did not use any bulb tone in the front garden today, and that's simply because I'm completely out and I didn't want to wait any longer to get these bulbs in the ground because today we had some frost in the morning, and you know, it's just going to continue in that trend. So I think it's best to get them in the ground than wait until I have bulb tone. Anyway, so, and I've got this little handy guy to let me know that this area all has lilies in them. And now I really am done for the day, and the sun's going down and it's time for dinner.